Well, according to diicot, if you don't succeed the first time, then try again, as that seems to be their case with the Tate brothers, as they've been arrested again on separate charges, including human trafficking again, also apparently trying to destroy or tamper evidence, and also apparently inappropriate behaviour with underagers as well. So before we get into this, I would like to say that I now have a Discord. You can all join it with the link in the pinned top comment as well. We're talking about daily news within UK, Europe and America and other places. There's also hobby channels and there's also voice chats as well. I'll be in rant room 1 within the first couple of hours of this video being uploaded. But anyway, links to my Twitter and Discord are in the pinned top comment. Let's get right into this. So I'm using Tate News right here because this is obviously going to be the biggest kind of Tate Twitter page on here, and they're one of the fastest people for getting information out in terms of the Tate brothers. So let's get into this. Breaking. Sources close to the diicot investigators reveal that the new case against the Tate brothers is bigger than the first case from 2022 of December. There are reportedly a dozen new victims and new witnesses in the new case. The allegations are as follows: forming an organised criminal group, sexual intercourse with a minor, trafficking underage women/minors, human trafficking, new victims, money laundering, and attempting to influence witnesses, influencing statements as well. Now, if any of you remember about 18 months ago about the Tate brothers, in December of 2022, the Christmas period, they were arrested, they were charged for human trafficking and so many other things, but at the end of it, they got found not guilty and they were released. Then very recently after that, today, hence why I'm making this video, and they contacted anyone and everyone that they could possibly get their hands on, including, gardeners, previous exes, one-night flings, business partners, one-off, business adventure with people, their personal chauffeurs, their any shops they may have shopped at. They literally, and even their own family members who still live in England, they tried to get a hold of everyone to get any level of evidence to guarantee to throw these two in jail. And of course, all of the lefties on Twitter were going, we've got him, he's going to jail. And well, he didn't. Because again, no evidence ever came out of any of the crimes he was accused of. And I've also got a funny feeling that this will be the same case again. Again, during that 18-month period, which was still, to this day, still technically ongoing, a lot of the women who were on the victims list for that case, that criminal case against them, all came out in public via video on social media saying that they are not victims, the Tate brothers have done nothing to them, and they want to be struck off the victims list for their court case. And they even went to Romanian authorities to tell them, take us off of the victim list because we're not victims. And well, the Romanian authorities told the women, no, you are victims, you will stay on the victims list. Again, very suspicious, that to say the very least. Now we've got Dave the Snowflake here saying, is there anything better to wake up and seeing Andrew Tate getting arrested again? Really sets the day up. And of course, someone from the woke left would say something like that. So I'm going to play this video and I'll get back to you in just a second.
Say I love her boy, the mother of my children. We've tricked them into having kids. Unbelievable. Wait till you see. Remember the first file and the media wasn't asking, where's the evidence? This is your chance. This is your chance to renew it. There's no evidence.
You are okay?
For now. Kids don't know. Guys, ask them for evidence. The first file, no evidence. It was all a lie. Ask them this time where the evidence is. This is the most crazy. They have no evidence, no proof. They've just made up a bunch of shit. They're lying and they're desperate. This file is more pathetic than the first one. Christ is king.
This is wrong. Jesus said, give your other cheek. He didn't said, go and try to create whatever engagement matrix you are all here trying.
And that's pretty much the end of it as well. So of course, Andrew Tate was being escorted back into the police van and probably taken to his prison cell, which him and his brother will probably go down the same process as the first time around 18 months ago, where they'll spend 30 days in jail, then they'll get taken to court to rehear their case, to have the whole case re-evaluated. We're told, no, we need more time, go back to jail for another 30 days, and that cycle will repeat for 6 months, because in Romania, I think the longest you can hold somebody in prison while they're hearing their court case is 6 months. After that, they've got to be released. And I've got a really funny feeling we won't hear from the Tate brothers properly until the Christmas period, because again, it most likely won't be until that period when this finally gets resolved, and they probably have a guilty or not guilty verdict as well. So we've also got this as well. It's not just the Tate brothers that have been arrested. Also, if you're hearing an ice cream van in the background, one's going past my window, and you'll probably hear it again in 2 or 3 minutes. Apologies for that. Again, Andrew Tate's friends, which are both called Alex, have been released under judicial control. So let's have a little watch at this video as well while we are at it.
Au trecut pe numele voastre, frații Tate, mașinile. Ia și se întâmplă, ia de afacerile ilegale.
Cum e să ai o mașină scumpă și tu să fii un păduche?
So there we have it. So I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not too familiar with these people, but I think they are friends of the Tate brothers, and the police are also investigating them as well, the 2 Alexes here. Well, and if we look at this one as well, this is where the accusations come from. Andrew Tate's friend Alex has been accused of destroying evidence in the Tate case. Diicot prosecutors allege the Tate brothers rewarded Alex with a supercar for his actions. He has had his Lamborghini by diicot. He has reportedly been punched in the face by diicot special forces, and I take it this is the Lamborghini in question as well, and I take it this is Alex here as well. I don't really know anything about cars. I know that's quite weird to hear from a man, but I'm not too clued up on him, especially when it comes to supercars, but I would assume that is his Lamborghini in question as well. That was part of the bribe, to say the very least, as well. And if we also have a look here as well, with the whole investigations into all 4 of them, the 2 Alexes and the 2 Tate brothers. Tate brothers' close friends and associates were interrogated for 6 hours. All 4 suspects used their right to remain silent and refused to cooperate and give any statements to Romanian prosecutors. If you ever find yourself in a situation, doesn't matter how guilty or innocent you are, doesn't matter which country you come from, if you have the luxury of saying no comment, or lawyer, 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 or just literally saying nothing, utilize that and use and abuse that. Anything that you say, no matter how innocent you may think it is, such as, oh, I forgot to have breakfast this morning, bang, we've got him, that's enough evidence. How does that make sense? It doesn't, and there's the ice cream fan again, if you can hear it in the background, but just say no comment, or lawyer, 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 lawyer. It's always the smartest option, especially if you know you are completely innocent as well. The second you open your mouth, you're done for, especially in corrupt UK, within the British and justice system over here, the British police as well. You are finished. Get a lawyer. No comment, and lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. And only speak when your lawyer gives you permission to. Anyway, let's move over to this next one. Breaking. Diicot prosecutors requested the seizure from the court to seize the items from the Tate Bros as follows. €26,000, 81,000, is that lira? I'm not too sure what that currency is. Let me know down in the comments. 81,000 potential lira, 5,800 British pounds, and 6,400 USD. 2 luxury watches, laptops, data storage units, documents, and other means of evidence were identified and seized, and so on and so forth, including all luxuries as well, and motorcycles, and so on and so forth. Now, this happened the first time around, and it's happening right here. We'll see this in the next little article, that when the first raid happened on the Tate brothers compound or mansion within Romania, they took everything. They busted open their $5 million ultra safe, and which was full of all their watches and other luxury items. They seized all of that, all of their phones, all of their money, all of their firearms, because up until the point of December 2022, their compound was legally classified as a firing range, so they were allowed to keep, I believe, fully automatic weapons and just firearms as a whole within the property. That's obviously no longer the case, since that's all been revoked and taken off of them. All of the luxury cars taken, and every other expensive item imaginable. I think they also took crypto and money as well from them. I think they found that as well, and it's happening again right here as well within this one. So if the judges grant diicot's request, that means prosecutors will have over 32 supercars and over 30 million's worth of assets owned by the Tate brothers in their possession. The Tate brothers have not been convicted of any crimes and have not had any trial. Also, please bear in that I should have mentioned this at the start, but they have not been found guilty on anything. They do not have a criminal record yet. Just also bear that in mind as well. Now, I think I'm right in saying this, I think very recently, before this all happened and kicked off again, I think all of the luxury items, whether it be supercars or gold, silver, crypto, money, firearms, and actually I don't think the firearms were given back to them. I think they had their firearm license revoked as a whole. But everything else that was stolen from that safe, the cars, the money line about the crypto and everything, I think that was given back to them, or at least most of it was. But it looks like they're going for round 2 because the Tate brothers actually rebought everything plus more on top, since they were given at least house arrest and also were allowed to go around Romania as well later on as well. They rebought and bought more, and it looks like that's all been retaken again, and all of the brand new stuff will be just taken as well as evidence, which again just seems to be complete horseshit. I don't know how 30 million's worth of assets is going to prove anything of their crimes. Maybe they used that money from crime to buy these items, but again, I'm not really buying it myself. And of course, we've got the last one right here as well, which has been a lot of responses from the woke lefty, gay retarded commies, type of people. Breaking: Andrew Tate reportedly cried like a little bitch after arrested over child trafficking allegations. Now, I understand this person's profile does say satire. I had a little graze through it. I think they use satire as a get out of jail free card, but this does feel like they're being genuinely serious. And it's not just them, there's literally tens of thousands of people, like the first time around, and now again, people like, yes, they're finally going to jail, they're so guilty, they human trafficked people, they've murdered, they've done everything, they're the most evil people, they're literally worse than Hitler. And again, there's been no solid evidence whatsoever that's came out of this in any way, shape or form. Now, to wrap the video up, I'm obviously going to have a little rant and give my views and opinions on this. Again, I liked how, I think it was the first one that we go through, new victims, new witnesses, and a new case. We've got so much more evidence. If any of you are not following this from the day, the investigation into the Tate brothers for the 18 months was probably one of the biggest investigation pieces in police history. This went beyond deep. They were not even scraping the barrel. They managed to scrape their way through the barrel, through the next barrel, and the barrel down below that one as well, and just trying to find anything that would make these guys guilty so they can get a life sentence on them and throw them in a Romanian prison, which the Tate brothers have said since they've obviously been in prison for 6 months in Romanian prison as well, to before the court hearing, which they were found not guilty and given house arrest, etc, etc. Yeah, it's not cozy, it's not warm, it's not a a kind of a first world type of nice vibey prison. No, it's an actual proper prison. It's an absolute hellhole, with your toilet just being a hole in the floor, and that hole in the floor has the shower head directly over it. Oh, how fun that sounds not as well. And the fact that they're going down this path again, and it probably will take them 6 months as well. Again, they'll probably have to face that again, but they'll probably be used to it at this point. And again, during that whole court here, that whole investigation for the 18 months, as I said, they contacted everyone. Every single woman, every single employer, every single employee, every single family member, every single friend, every single business partner, every single business adventure. They literally contacted anyone within a 10-mile radius at any given point of the Tate brothers. They found nothing, nobody came forward. And as I mentioned, the women on the victims list for the court case came out in public and they went viral and said, we're on that list, we did not ask to be put in that list. The Tate brothers have done nothing towards us, take us off that list. And the Romanian authorities went, no, you are victims, end of story, you will be kept on that list. Again, very suspicious, that to say the very least. Again, after the human trafficking allegations did not work, they seem to have upped it to even more horrific things such as underage webcam, underage contact, and also underage human trafficking and everything else you could imagine as well. And there seems to be more on this. Again, with all of the investigation done, which was an absolute beyond unfathomable amount, they would have found these people, guaranteed. So that leads me to believe that this is just more fabricated stuff. And of course, when this broke out, every single news outlet around the world, especially in the UK, jumped on this opportunity to try and nail these people and try and make up fake characters that have apparently been victims of the Tate brothers. Again, the BBC did that as well. There's some random woman who I cannot remember her name, you know, did a really deep voice for in the shadowy silhouette. And, yeah, I've been in contact with the Tate brothers. They've done really horrific things to me. I was trafficked, you know, 10 times around the world. You know, that whole thing they do to protect the person. Again, nothing came of that as well. And also, speaking about alleged victims that did not come forward and it died out pretty quickly, if we look at the Russell Brand case as well on top of that, again, he was notified by an inside source 3 days in advance via email that there was a massive hit piece coming for him in 3 days' time, and this was due to the alleged of sexually assaulting a woman in a British hotel somewhere about 17-18 years ago. And because he managed to beat all of the news outlets to it since he got inside information leaked to him, the second that he made that video public, every single news outlet, whether it was online or via paper or podcast or whatever it may have been, bang, within the same hour released their headlines early, and a massive panic as well. In fact, Channel 5 in the UK were actually caught making the Russell Brand documentary on his sexual assault. Completed the documentary 3 weeks before the news broke. Again, extremely suspicious, like a planned attack as well. Also, I find it quite funny that they also go for the fact that this happened 18 years ago in a hotel with no witnesses and no way that CCTV camera footage will have survived or be anywhere to be found. That is just going to be non-existent, because I believe most businesses wipe this all CCTV footage from the previous month after 30 days. If nothing's happened, it's gone to make the free up storage or SSDs as well. And again, a week after that came out, it died because there was no evidence, no witnesses, no testimony, no court dates, no charges, nothing as well. And I think this is just going to be the same case again. They'll look for evidence over and over and over and over and over again. They'll find absolutely nothing. They'll be eventually released on house arrest, and they'll be allowed to travel Romania, then the whole of Europe. And I think the next case that they'll end up catching within next year or 18 months from now is the fact that they tried to smuggle nuclear warheads into Europe. It'll be something even more mental next time around. But overall, I'm not buying it again, because it's quite funny that all the people who speak out about big pharma and big government and big secret Illuminati billionaires and Israel, like the Tate brothers have been doing very recently, this shit happens. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. But anyway, I'll wrap the video up there. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. If you could like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, that would be awesome as well. We've just had some more explosive growth on my YouTube channel, and if I get it up very quickly right here, we were at 1,600 followers. We're now at 1,800 plus as well. Yeah, 1,810 people plus have now subbed to me. This video that I uploaded has absolutely exploded as well. Keir Starmer vote of no confidence has started. Again, thank you for all the support. Please keep it up, as again, I'm always greatly appreciated. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything that I've said, or you think I've missed anything of importance. And again, you can follow me over on Twitter at rant-A-holic right here. Links in the pinned top comment with the link to my Discord. Again, I'll be in my Discord for the first couple of hours-ish after this video goes live. But yeah, thank you very much for the support. I love every single one of yous. Have a great day and a better week to follow. See yous!